Imagine this. You're sitting at home enjoying what you believe is a healthy snack, a handful of nuts, but behind that small bite, your kidneys could be taking the hit. Silent damage. Hidden risks. And by the time you feel something is wrong, it may already be too late. Did you know that in the U.S., nearly 37 million adults live with kidney disease, and most of them don't even know it until it's advanced? For many, diet is the silent accelerator. And yes, even the nuts we think are healthy can either protect your kidneys or push them closer to failure. When kidneys can't filter potassium and phosphorus properly, these minerals build up in your blood. That can trigger weak bones, dangerous heart rhythms, even heart failure. Sounds frightening, doesn't it? So here's the real question. If nuts are supposed to be healthy, which ones are safe? And which ones can secretly harm your kidneys? The good news is, the answer isn't complicated. In fact, it's surprisingly simple. Just by knowing the right 5 nuts to enjoy and the 5 nuts to avoid, you can take control of your kidney health starting today. In this video, I'll show you exactly which nuts belong on your plate and which ones you should never touch if you care about your kidneys. Everything I share is backed by science, verified by nutrition experts, and tailored for seniors who want to protect their health. My name is Dr. Mattheus, and this is Kidney Health 365, the channel where we bring research-based, practical tips to help you live stronger, longer, and with confidence. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a life-changing video. And here's a little secret. One of the good nuts we'll cover today isn't just kidney-friendly, it's also one of the best natural sources of vitamin C, and I'll reveal it when we get to nut number 5. You'll want to stick around for that. So let's dive in, starting with why potassium and phosphorus matter so much when it comes to nuts and kidney health. Why are nuts important for kidney health? Your kidneys are like the body's natural filters. Every single day, they work around the clock to remove extra fluids, balance minerals, and keep your blood chemistry stable. 2 of the biggest minerals they regulate are potassium and phosphorus. Now here's where the challenge comes in. When kidney function begins to decline, those filters can't clear potassium and phosphorus as effectively. And what happens next? These minerals start building up silently in your blood. You might not feel it at first, but inside, real damage is happening. Too much potassium, what doctors call hyperkalemia, can lead to muscle weakness, painful cramps, or even irregular heartbeats. In severe cases, it can push the heart into dangerous territory. On the other side, excess phosphorus is just as concerning. It actually pulls calcium out of your bones, leaving them brittle and weak, while at the same time depositing calcium into your blood vessels. Over time, that increases your risk of fractures, heart disease, and stroke. That's why most kidney patients are advised to stay within 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams of potassium and only 800 to 1,000 milligrams of phosphorus per day. It sounds simple on paper, but in real life, tracking every milligram is overwhelming. And here's the catch. Many nuts, the very foods we think of as healthy, are naturally high in both potassium and phosphorus. That means even a small handful can quietly push you over your daily limit. But here's the hopeful side of the story. Not all nuts are the same. Some are dangerously high in minerals and can burden your kidneys. Others are surprisingly gentle, offering healthy fats, antioxidants, and heart benefits without overwhelming your kidneys. Knowing the difference is the key to protecting your health. And that's exactly what we're about to uncover. So now that you understand why nuts can either protect or harm your kidneys, let's move into the list you've been waiting for. The 5 nuts kidney patients should eat, starting with one that almost nobody expects to see on the safe list. Let's start with a nut that surprises almost everyone, macadamia nuts. Smooth, buttery, and delicious, they're not just a treat for your taste buds. For kidney patients, they're a rare gem, gentle on your kidneys while still protecting your heart and blood sugar. Here's why macadamia nuts stand out. Just 1 ounce, a small handful, has only about 104 milligrams of potassium and 53 milligrams of phosphorus. That's impressively low compared to most nuts, which makes them much safer for your kidneys. On top of that, macadamias are packed with monounsaturated fats, the same heart-healthy fats found in olive oil. These fats lower bad LDL cholesterol, calm inflammation, and support blood vessels. And when your heart is healthier, your kidneys don't have to struggle as hard. Even better, macadamias are low in carbohydrates, so they won't cause sudden spikes in blood sugar. A big advantage if you're managing diabetes. But let's be clear. Macadamias are calorie-dense, around 200 calories per ounce. Eating too many can lead to weight gain, which raises blood pressure and blood sugar, both harmful to kidney health. Also, if you're already tracking phosphorus and potassium from other foods, portion control is key to avoid overload. So, how do you enjoy them safely? Stick to a small handful, about 1 ounce, per day. Choose unsalted, raw, or dry-roasted macadamia nuts. Avoid salted or honey-roasted versions, since added sodium and sugar put extra strain on kidneys and the heart. Store them in an airtight container in the fridge or freezer to keep them fresh and prevent rancidity. Want to mix things up? Try sprinkling crushed macadamias on a salad for crunch, or blending them into a homemade nut butter. Just skip the added oils and sugars. Another idea? Use ground macadamias as a crust for baked fish or chicken. Not only does it taste amazing, but it also adds healthy fats without overloading your kidneys. If you're working closely with a dietitian, make sure macadamias fit within your personal potassium and phosphorus limits. Everyone's kidney health is different, so what's safe for one person might need adjusting for another. Macadamias prove that not all nuts are dangerous for your kidneys, and the next nut on our list takes things even further. It's sweet, rich, and often found in pies or holiday treats, but it also comes with powerful kidney-friendly benefits. Curious which one it is? Let's dive into nut number 2, pecans. Now, let's talk about another kidney-friendly nut that many people only think about during the holidays, pecans. These rich, slightly sweet nuts aren't just tasty in pies. They can actually be a smart choice for kidney health, especially if you're looking for something that supports your heart and blood sugar without straining your kidneys. What makes pecans special is their nutrient profile. Just 1 ounce gives you plenty of healthy monounsaturated fats and antioxidants like vitamin E. These compounds calm inflammation, protect blood vessels, and may even reduce oxidative stress that can quietly damage both your kidneys and your heart. Pecans are also naturally low in potassium and phosphorus compared to most nuts, which makes them safer for people with kidney disease. And because they're high in fiber, they can help smooth out blood sugar spikes, a big plus if you're managing diabetes alongside kidney issues. Of course, pecans aren't risk-free. They are calorie-dense, about 200 calories per ounce, so portion control is important. Candied pecans or sugar-coated versions are common during the holidays, but those added sugars can harm your blood sugar and overall kidney health. Salted pecans should also be avoided to prevent excess sodium intake, which raises blood pressure. The best way to enjoy pecans is to stick with raw or dry-roasted, unsalted varieties. Aim for a small handful per day as a snack, or sprinkled over oatmeal, yogurt, or salads. Store them in a cool, airtight container to keep them fresh and crunchy. For variety, try blending pecans into a homemade nut butter, rich, creamy, and naturally sweet without added sugars. Or toss chopped pecans into a kidney-safe baked apple dish for a dessert that feels indulgent yet gentle on your kidneys. These little twists not only make your meals more enjoyable, but also give you extra heart and kidney support. If you're on a strict renal diet, it's always wise to double-check your potassium and phosphorus allowances with your dietitian. Every kidney condition is different, so tailoring intake is key. Pecans show us that healthy fats and antioxidants can come from foods we already love. And if you think that's good, wait until you hear about the next nut. It's crunchy, versatile, and has been a staple in Mediterranean diets for centuries. Let's move on to nut number 3, walnuts. When it comes to nuts that truly support both brain and kidney health, Walnuts deserve the spotlight. Known for their rich, earthy flavor, walnuts are one of the few plant foods packed with omega-3 fatty acids, the same type of healthy fat found in fish. For seniors managing kidney health, that's a big advantage. Walnuts work in several ways. The omega-3s reduce inflammation, improve blood flow, and support heart health, 3 areas closely linked to kidney function. They're also a good source of antioxidants, magnesium, and B vitamins, which help protect cells from damage, calm oxidative stress, and keep your metabolism running smoothly. And unlike many nuts, walnuts can help lower bad LDL cholesterol while supporting good HDL cholesterol, another win for cardiovascular and kidney health. But like every food, walnuts come with cautions. They're moderate in phosphorus, so people with advanced kidney disease should enjoy them in moderation. Eating too many can also lead to weight gain since they're calorie-dense, about 185 calories per ounce. The best way to enjoy walnuts is simple: a small handful, about 7 whole walnuts, per day. Add them to your morning oatmeal, chop them into a salad, or blend them into a smoothie for a creamy texture. Storing walnuts in the fridge or freezer keeps their natural oils fresh and prevents bitterness. Want to mix things up? Try walnut pesto made with garlic and olive oil instead of traditional pine nuts. It's flavorful, heart-healthy, and kidney-friendly. Or sprinkle crushed walnuts over roasted vegetables to add crunch and healthy fats without extra salt. These small tweaks keep your meals satisfying and protective for your kidneys. If you're on medication that affects blood clotting or you've been told to limit phosphorus, it's best to check with your doctor or dietitian before making walnuts a daily habit. Safety always comes first. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you already enjoy walnuts, or are you thinking about adding them into your meals after today? Drop a comment below, because your experience can inspire others in our community. Walnuts show us the power of healthy fats and antioxidants working together. But our journey doesn't stop here. The next nut might surprise you. It's crunchy, versatile, and often overlooked, yet it can be a kidney-friendly powerhouse when used the right way. Let's dive into nut number 4, hazelnuts. Let's turn to a nut that feels a little more indulgent: hazelnuts. Most of us know them from chocolate spreads or holiday desserts, but eaten plain and in moderation, hazelnuts can actually be a kidney-friendly ally. The real power of hazelnuts lies in their healthy monounsaturated fats, vitamin E, and magnesium. Vitamin E is a potent antioxidant that protects your cells, including the delicate tissues in your kidneys, from oxidative damage. Magnesium supports nerve and muscle function, helping to reduce cramps and improve circulation, both important for seniors. And those monounsaturated fats? They work to lower bad cholesterol and boost good cholesterol, keeping your heart and kidneys strong. Of course, hazelnuts aren't perfect. They contain phosphorus and potassium, which can add up if you have advanced kidney disease. They're also calorie-dense, so portion control is key. Eating too many handfuls could contribute to weight gain, something that puts more strain on your kidneys and joints. The sweet spot for hazelnuts is a small handful, about 10 to 12 nuts per day. You can eat them raw, lightly roasted, without salt, or chopped into your morning yogurt or oatmeal. For freshness, store them in a cool, dry place, or keep them in the fridge to prevent the natural oils from going rancid. Want to get creative? Try making a homemade hazelnut butter, just roasted hazelnuts blended smooth. It's creamy, satisfying, and free of the added sugars you'd find in commercial spreads. Or sprinkle chopped hazelnuts over a fresh green salad for a crunchy, nutrient-rich topping. These simple swaps make your meals both delicious and kidney-safe. If you're managing high potassium levels or are on medications that interact with magnesium, be sure to check with your healthcare provider before making hazelnuts a regular part of your diet. Hazelnuts remind us that even a nut often seen as a treat can play a role in kidney wellness when used wisely. But what about a nut that's famous for brain health and energy, yet comes with special warnings for kidney patients? Stay tuned, because up next is nut number 5, almonds, and you'll definitely want to hear both the good and the not so good before reaching for a handful. Remember at the very beginning of this video, I mentioned that one nut holds a special secret for kidney health? Well, here it is: chestnuts. Unlike most nuts that are high in fat, chestnuts are low-fat, starchy, and rich in fiber, making them very different and especially helpful for people with kidney concerns. The unique benefit of chestnuts lies in their nutrient profile. They provide complex carbohydrates for steady energy, along with vitamin C, folate, and potassium in moderate amounts. For seniors struggling with fatigue or weak muscles, chestnuts offer a gentle energy boost without overwhelming the kidneys with too much protein or phosphorus. Their fiber content also supports healthy digestion, which indirectly helps lighten the load on your kidneys by improving waste elimination. Still, there are a few things to keep in mind. While chestnuts are lower in fat and phosphorus compared to walnuts or almonds, they do contain more carbohydrates. That means people with diabetes or blood sugar issues should enjoy them in moderation and balance them with protein or fiber-rich foods. The best way to enjoy chestnuts? Roast them lightly for a warm, sweet, and satisfying snack, especially comforting during colder months. They can also be added to soups or pureed into a creamy side dish. When buying fresh chestnuts, look for firm, glossy shells with no cracks, and store them in the fridge to keep them fresh longer. For variety, chestnut flour is a fantastic gluten-free alternative in baking. It gives bread or pancakes a sweet, nutty taste while keeping fat content low. This makes chestnuts a rare option in the nut family, nourishing, filling, and easier on your kidneys. But remember, everyone's kidney health is different. If you're on a strict potassium-restricted diet, talk to your doctor or dietitian before making chestnuts a regular snack. Chestnuts show us that not all nuts are the same. Some can truly support your health in unexpected ways. But here's the catch. Not every nut is safe for your kidneys. In fact, some popular ones can quietly raise phosphorus, potassium, or sodium to risky levels. So next, let's talk about the 5 nuts kidney patients should avoid. This is where protecting your health becomes even more important. Almonds are often praised as one of the healthiest snacks for the heart and brain. They're full of protein, fiber, and healthy fats, nutrients that most people associate with strong bodies and sharp minds. What makes almonds stand out is their richness in vitamin E, magnesium, and antioxidants. Vitamin E helps protect your cells from damage, magnesium supports nerve and muscle function, and antioxidants fight inflammation. That's why almonds are so often called a superfood. But here's where the problem begins for kidney health. Almonds are also very high in phosphorus and potassium. For people with chronic kidney disease, these minerals can build up in the blood when the kidneys can't filter them properly. High phosphorus may weaken bones and damage the heart, while too much potassium can increase the risk of dangerous heart rhythm problems. If you still enjoy almonds, the key is strict moderation. A small handful, about 5 to 7 almonds, occasionally, and not daily, might be safe for some people depending on their lab results. Always buy unsalted, raw, or dry roasted almonds, and avoid flavored or salted varieties that add extra sodium. For variation, some people swap almond snacks with almond flour in baking or unsweetened almond milk. While these may seem lighter, almond flour is still concentrated in phosphorus, and many almond milks are fortified with additional minerals. That means they're not always a safer option for kidneys, and labels should be checked carefully. One more note. If you're already taking phosphate binders or potassium-reducing medications, almonds may interfere with your treatment plan. That's why it's always best to check with your doctor or dietitian before including them in your diet. Have you ever found it confusing that a food so healthy for the heart might not be safe for your kidneys? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experience. Almonds remind us that not all superfoods are kidney-friendly, and the next nut we'll cover might surprise you even more, because it's often seen as a plant-based protein hero. Let's talk about cashews next. Cashews are one of the most popular nuts, creamy, buttery, and often used in both sweet and savory dishes. Many people think of them as a healthy snack that supports energy and heart health. Nutritionally, cashews are packed with healthy fats, plant-based protein, copper, and magnesium. These nutrients help with bone strength, nerve function, and maintaining healthy red blood cells. For someone without kidney issues, cashews can be a valuable part of a balanced diet. But here's the hidden danger for kidney health. Cashews are extremely high in phosphorus and potassium, just like almonds. When the kidneys can't clear these minerals properly, the extra load can lead to bone weakening, heart strain, and dangerous electrolyte imbalances. On top of that, cashews are naturally higher in oxalates, which can raise the risk of kidney stones, something no one with kidney problems wants to deal with. If you still want to enjoy cashews, portion control is critical. Stick to a very small amount, just a few pieces on occasion, not a full handful, and always choose unsalted, plain cashews, since flavored or salted versions add extra sodium that makes the strain on your kidneys even worse. Some people try to use cashew-based products like cashew butter, cashew cheese, or cashew milk as substitutes. But here's the truth. These are often just as concentrated, if not more, in the same risky minerals. That means they're not a safer option for people with kidney disease. Special warning, if you're already prone to kidney stones, or if your doctor has told you to limit phosphorus and potassium, cashews are best avoided. They may seem small and harmless, but over time they can make a big difference in your kidney lab numbers. Cashews show us that even creamy, tasty snacks can hide kidney risks, and the next nut might be even trickier because it's often considered a symbol of brain health. Let's talk about pistachios next. Pistachios are often called the brain nut. They're small, fun to snack on, and even marketed as heart-healthy. Many people enjoy them roasted, salted, or even baked into desserts. At first glance, they seem like one of the smartest snack choices. It's true. Pistachios are rich in healthy fats, fiber, antioxidants, and plant-based protein. They can support heart health, blood sugar control, and even help with weight management. For the average person, that sounds like a great deal. But here's the hidden issue for people with kidney problems. Pistachios are very high in potassium and phosphorus. Just one small handful can pack in far more of these minerals than your kidneys can safely process. Over time, that buildup can cause weak bones, heart rhythm problems, and increased risk of complications if your kidney function is already reduced. There's another trap. Most pistachios sold in stores are salted or flavored, which adds extra sodium. Too much sodium not only raises blood pressure but also makes fluid retention worse, a serious problem for anyone with kidney disease. If you love pistachios, the safest option is to limit them to an occasional treat and always choose unsalted, plain pistachios. Even then, stick to just a few kernels, not a full bowl. Think of them as a garnish on a salad, not a snack you eat by the handful. Some people switch to pistachio milk or pistachio butter, thinking it's a healthier choice. But in reality, these products concentrate the same risky minerals, making them no safer for kidney health. Special note: if your doctor has already told you to watch your potassium levels, pistachios should be on your caution list. They might be good for the brain, but not for tired kidneys. Pistachios remind us that not everything healthy is safe for kidneys. And next, we'll uncover a nut that's often seen as a superfood for energy, but it may quietly overload your kidneys. Let's talk about pine nuts. Brazil nuts are often praised as a super nut because of their incredible selenium content. Selenium is a powerful antioxidant that protects cells from damage, supports thyroid function, and boosts immunity. Just 1 or 2 nuts can meet your daily selenium needs. Impressive, right? Here's how it works. Selenium helps neutralize free radicals, reduces inflammation, and even supports heart health. For people with healthy kidneys, Brazil nuts can be a nutrient-dense snack. But here's the catch. Too much selenium is toxic. Brazil nuts are so concentrated that eating just a handful can cause selenium overload, leading to nausea, brittle nails, hair loss, and in serious cases, nerve damage. For those with kidney disease, this becomes an even bigger risk because the body may struggle to clear excess minerals. If you still want to include Brazil nuts, the safest approach is just 1 nut per day, and not every day. That's enough to get the benefit without risking toxicity. And always choose unsalted raw nuts instead of candied or chocolate-coated versions that sneak in sugar and additives. Some people grind Brazil nuts into smoothies or energy bars, but be cautious. Blending often makes it easy to consume more than you realize, pushing selenium levels dangerously high. A special note: if you're already taking a multivitamin or supplement that contains selenium, be extra careful. Combining supplements with Brazil nuts can quickly lead to overdose. Always check your labels and consult your doctor if you're unsure. Have you ever eaten Brazil nuts regularly without realizing how strong they are? Leave a comment below. I'd love to know your story. Now, while Brazil nuts are risky because of selenium overload, the next nut is tricky for a different reason. Pine nuts may look harmless, but their high phosphorus content can quietly add stress to your kidneys. Let's uncover the truth about pine nuts. Pine nuts are small, buttery, and often found in pesto or sprinkled on salads. They look harmless, but for people with kidney problems, they can pose real risks. At first glance, pine nuts seem healthy. They're rich in healthy fats, magnesium, zinc, and even plant-based protein. These nutrients support heart health, energy, and immunity. For a healthy person, that's a bonus. But here's the problem. Pine nuts are also very high in phosphorus, and too much phosphorus is one of the biggest threats for anyone with kidney disease. When your kidneys can't filter phosphorus properly, it builds up in your blood. This leads to weaker bones, itchy skin, calcium loss, and even calcification in blood vessels, which increases heart risk. On top of that, pine nuts are calorie-dense. Just a small handful packs a lot of calories, which can sneakily contribute to weight gain if eaten often. And carrying extra weight puts even more strain on your kidneys. Pine nuts are small,
If you truly
buttery,
love pine
and
nuts,
often found in
portion
pesto
control
or
is
sprinkled on
everything.
salads. A tiny
They look
sprinkle on a
harmless,
salad is
but
safer
for people
than
with
eating a
kidney
handful
problems,
straight from the bag.
they can pose real risks.
And definitely avoid
At first
store-bought
glance,
pesto that
pine
uses
nuts
pine
seem
nuts
healthy.
heavily. They're
It's
rich
easy
in
to
healthy
overload
fats,
without realizing.
magnesium, zinc, and
Some
even
people swap
plant-based
pine nuts
protein
for sunflower
These
seeds or
nutrients
pumpkin
support
seeds
heart
when
health,
making homemade
energy,
pesto.
and immunity.
These swaps reduce
For a healthy
phosphorus
person,
while still
that's
giving
a
you
bonus.
great taste and texture.
But here's the problem.
A special note:
Pine nuts are also
if your
very
doctor
high
has
in
already
phosphorus,
told you to limit
and
phosphorus
too much
or you're on
phosphorus
dialysis,
is one of the biggest
it's best
threats
to avoid
for anyone
pine
with
nuts
kidney
altogether.
disease. They may look small,
When your
but their
kidneys
impact
can't
on your
filter
kidneys is
phosphorus
anything
properly,
but. It builds
now
up
that
in
we've
your blood.
explored the kidney-safe nuts
This leads
and the
to
risky
weaker
ones,
bones,
let's wrap
itchy
this up
skin,
with a clear conclusion.
calcium loss,
I'll summarize
and
the
even
key
calcification
lessons,
in blood
give you
vessels,
simple next
which
steps,
increases heart
and
risk.
share one final
On
encouragement
top of
to
that,
protect your kidneys.
pine nuts are
starting
calorie-dense. Today, we explored the world of nuts, discovering which ones can protect your kidneys and which ones can silently harm them. From macadamias and pecans that bring heart-healthy fats with less phosphorus, to almonds, cashews, and pine nuts that can overload your kidneys with potassium or phosphorus, you now know the difference between a kidney-friendly choice and a risky one. But here's the truth. Kidney disease often progresses silently. By the time symptoms show, damage may already be advanced. That's why the changes you make today, choosing the right nuts, controlling portions, and paying attention to labels, can protect your kidneys before it's too late. And I want you to remember this. You are not powerless. Even small adjustments in your diet can build up into big improvements for your kidneys, your energy, and your overall health. Every handful matters. So here's my suggestion. Starting today, swap one risky nut for a safer option. Maybe replace almonds with pecans in your snack bowl, or try walnuts instead of cashews in your salad. Small swaps, but life-changing results. Of course, this video is educational only. It does not replace professional medical advice. Always talk to your doctor or dietitian before making big changes, especially if you're already managing kidney disease or on treatment. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to Kidney Health 365 and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future kidney-saving tips. And if you're curious about other foods and drinks that may be silently hurting or healing your kidneys, check out my next video right here.